Hello, and thank you for joining me for this Flex Strap workout. I'm Dr. Steph, a physical therapist, here today with the Flex Strap to show you exactly how to put the Flex Strap on 2 different ways and some of the best stretches to do with this. This strap is incredible to help you loosen up your entire body, and it's especially effective at helping lower your back pain. That's because a lot of issues causing back pain stem from poor flexibility, poor mobility, lack of movement throughout the hips and the legs. So let's stretch things out together today using the Flex Strap to get the spine and body moving better. The first position you can do, which is the most common way to use it, is by placing the Flex Strap on like it's a sandal. Have it across the bottom of your foot with one strap across the toes, and then put the other strap up around the ankle just like this. Let's begin today's workout with a hamstring stretch. You're gonna lie down onto your back with your legs bent, holding the long end of the strap, straighten that leg that you're stretching and have the foot flexed or the toes pulled toward the shins. Then you can reach up, hanging onto the loops as high as you can, keeping that leg completely straight, pulling it up toward the ceiling, while the other leg remains bent with the foot flat on the floor. Now, progressively over time, once those hamstrings start to loosen up, if you can reach up higher on the loops, go for it. But if at any time your leg starts to bend, you start to struggle, then you can always go down lower. So the higher up you can hold, and the closer you can get this leg toward you, the deeper the stretch will be. The hamstring stretch is really great for really just loosening up the entire back of the thigh. Also helpful if you experience back pain, because it really helps take a lot of load off the lower back. So go ahead and perform that one for about 30 seconds, twice on each leg. Once you're done with that, the second stretch I want to share with you today is very similar, but you're going to drop the leg out to the side a little bit to target the inner thighs a little bit more. So it'll look like this. Bottom leg bent, top leg straight, foot flexed, pulling toward you, and then slowly lower with control the leg out to the side, away from midline, okay? So it's going away from the other leg, and now you're gonna feel a stretch in the inner thigh region. So we're really still kind of stretching the hamstrings, but targeting more of the inner thighs or the adductors with this variation. So keeping that leg straight and holding onto the strap wherever feels good for you to get a good deep stretch with control. So go ahead and try that one for about 2 for 30 seconds on each side. For the third stretch, basically we'll be stretching the hamstrings but in a seated position. So find a stable chair to sit on the edge of the chair with the other leg bent, and the leg that you're stretching, you want to straighten completely, once again flexing the foot into dorsiflexion, pulling toward you. Then we're going to slowly raise the leg up off the ground, trying to bring it to about parallel to the ground, all while keeping the spine straight, nice tall posture. We don't want to round for this one, okay? So nice straight spine, and progressively over time, trying to reach farther up into the loops to deepen that stretch, which means you are slightly hinging forward from the hips, but you're not rounding to do that. The shoulders stay squeezing back, holding there, and try that one for 30 seconds, twice on each leg. Now that we've stretched out the hamstrings and inner thighs really well, let's now shift our focus to the outer hips and thigh region. The glutes are a really strong contributor to having lower back pain, because if those glutes are super tight and you lack mobility and range of motion there, it's gonna just cause your lower back to get even tighter. So here's one of my favorite ways to stretch the lower back. You're actually gonna have both legs straight for this one. Then you're gonna bring the leg up, just like you did with your hamstring stretch, reaching up higher into the loop with the leg straight. Now this time, you're gonna angle the leg across midline toward the opposite leg, just slightly. And then what I want you to do is allow that hip to even lift off the ground a little bit and go a little bit farther. Now, wherever it feels good for you, you're gonna feel it mostly in the glutes, even into the IT band or the outer thigh region, and allow that hip to open up. You may even feel it up into the sacral region and the lower back region, getting that rotation. And if you want, you can put this other hand out on the ground just to kind of keep your balance here. And you'll do that one for 30 seconds, twice on each leg, going as far as you're comfortable until you feel it move up into that lower back region. And our final stretch together, we're gonna stretch the quadriceps or the thighs. To do this one, we're gonna switch to our second position with our flex strap. Now the second position you can put this on is basically turning the entire thing around 180 degrees so that the long part of the strap is back behind your heel, and then you'll put it up around the ankle again. Finally, we'll be doing a quadriceps stretch. So what you're gonna do is stand holding onto a countertop or a chair that's stable. Then the goal is to bring this foot up toward the glutes to get a stretch in the front of the thigh. In order to really get a good deep stretch though, you wanna go into a posterior pelvic tilt first. So instead of standing like normal, push the hips forward, glute squeeze, and that's going to elongate the hip flexors more for us. So in this position, hold on with one hand. The other hand is gonna pull the strap overhead. In this overhead position, then you can grab even farther onto those loops if you can to pull the foot toward the glutes while keeping that posterior pelvic tilt, squeezing the glutes to really stretch the hip flexors and quadriceps. Foot is pointed and hold there for about 30 seconds, twice on each leg. Now for that stretch, keep in mind, if you sit a lot throughout the day, that can really tighten the hip flexors and cause back pain because those hip flexors attach to the lumbar spine. So this one is really, really good to do, especially if you sit a lot throughout the day. And that's it for the flex strap workout. Have fun stretching with this strap, and we hope that it helps you feel looser and experience less back pain.